Howdy, Dan and Josh at the Acoustic Centre. Welcome to part 2 of 4 videos showcasing the new Master-Built series from Maton Guitars. Joshy, the Dreadnought, they have knocked it out of the park with this guitar. There's a lot to talk about here, but what are your first impressions?
Well, look, what do you say when you jump on a Dreadnought? It's rich and satisfying, isn't it? You just got to play a big G chord and then a big E minor. And you can probably sit there all afternoon or all evening next to, at the dinner table after dinner and just maybe go an A minor and then an E minor and then a G.
It's a great sound.
It's just, there's something magic about the fullness and richness of a Dreadnought. And everyone knows that. I'm just, stating the obvious.
This is a fascinating guitar, mainly as we get into the specs for the back and sides. This is a discovery for us. This is Australian red cedar. Now, this is not only a fabulous looking tone wood. There's photos of this guitar on our website. This guitar has actually since sold. This guitar is now sold, we should mention that. But this Australian red cedar, close relative to the mahogany family species, it sounds and looks fantastic. It has that mahogany characteristic, that clarity, that mid-range warmth, woodiness, and just a beautiful look. I mean, what a discovery.
It does. It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I actually thought it was like a quilted mahogany, but you corrected me on that one. So that's a nice discovery there, right there.
Lovely that it's an Australian grown timber as well.
That's right.
Paired with an Adirondack spruce top. You cannot go wrong with an Adirondack spruce top on any guitar.
Light as a feather.
Yep.
Ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard. Classic timber combinations, you could say, but with a twist.
Yeah, that's right. And as we mentioned in the other video, Maton have gone to great lengths to get this sound right, and they have matched the spruce bracing with the spruce top. So it's Adirondack spruce bracing.
Right.
It's to get the most out of the Adirondack that they can.
Right, and Adirondack, man, what a sound.
Yeah.
And it's got that... What I love about what Maton does is that you have that vintage tonality, but it's a modern sound, modern vintage sound. It's kind of halfway between our two biggest acoustic guitar builders that we know of.
Yeah.
It's right in the middle. It's got all that clarity, but it's got the kind of low-end rumble and oomph of the vintage guys, So that's what I love about it.
And if you read up on this guitar on the Maton website, one of the first things they state is that we weren't just copying the 1930s Dreadnoughts. We weren't just trying to copy a 1930s Dread. It's their own take on the Dread. Scalloped X Maton bracing. The bracing is a new A-style shape inside, internally, the actual shaping of the bracing. It's a unique voice. Unbelievable guitar, this one.
Yeah, it really is. It's so, as I said, rich and satisfying. Light as a feather. I don't know if I mentioned that. Mahogany neck. Did we mention that as well? Classic looks, classic features, classic tone.
Yeah, it's lovely to see it without a cutaway as well for all the traditionalists out there. Beautiful touches, ebony body binding, Joshy, which I love, with a maple pinstripe carried on the headstock, ebony veneer with a maple pinstripe. You get up close to this guitar and you see just how beautiful it is.
Master-Built logo again. We just should keep pointing that out because that's a new logo we haven't seen before. Ratio machine heads, we keep pointing that out too. Very nice machine heads to use.
Nice under the thumb, as they say.
That's right. Feels good.
Pretty classic Maton neck profile. What they have done is just continue the curve or the roll of the edge of the neck where it meets the fretboard compared to the standards. So it's a slightly more worn-in feel, I guess you could call it. Lovely, comfortable neck.
Well, I may be a little bit envious of the man who's already purchased this guitar, so that's a little bit...
Each one of these comes with the AP5 Pro pickup, of course, on board. That's a killer guitar. That's the new Master-Built Dreadnought from Maton Guitars.
Very good.